Hey all my crafty friends out there. Today we are going to be doing a belt. This is a canvas belt, and I have another one that I have thrifted at American Thrift for $2.99, of course. It's a little wider and it's a little darker. This one being white gets filthy. But what we're going to be doing is adding little fabric kind of patches like applique to the belt to make it fun. If you've not been here before, my name is Stephanie and I upcycle usually thrifted items. So we have a pretty good time here. If you like this kind of content, subscribe, like, leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and let's get started. Okay everybody, this new project is actually an old project. I've just never shown it to you. This is a belt that I did probably a year ago. My husband got some new shorts and it had one of these canvas belts in it, which he doesn't like. So I thought, well, I need a new belt. So I put fabric all over this one. It's got everything from peace, love, and happiness to Auburn Tigers. So it's a cool little belt. I wear it with just about everything. It's white. Although you can't tell right now, it needs a good washing. And I usually wear it during the summer. But I had all intention of making a new one out of this gray one. Now this gray one is a little bit wider. It's quite a bit wider actually. It's almost a ½ inch wider. Well, maybe almost. Probably about a ½ inch wider. But I did test it on the belt loops of my jeans, which is what I usually wear this with, and it will fit. And you can see here that I paid $2.99 for it at American Thrift. So, it fits. It's a little big, but if it's too big, I can fold this over and just put a hem in it. Super easy fix, I mean. But I've gathered some fabric, and I'm going to, hold please, let me go kill a dog. He survived. I don't know what he was barking at, but you know dogs. That's their purpose. So anyway, $2.99 for a belt. It's canvas. This one is kind of big. I probably will shorten it. That's 36 inches. It's almost 46 inches long. Now, I do like mine to have a nice tail that I can loop over, but I'll probably shorten this one. So now to our fabric possibilities. We've only got so much width to deal with. I believe it's 2 inches. Just a smidge under 2 inches, as you can see right there. So I have some birds. And even if they don't get completely on the belt, I think I can take them at an angle and get their heads, or maybe even just the body of the flamingo right there. I've got some dragonflies. I've got some batiks that I can do for background. I got some fish. I got a little more Auburn stuff. I have dinosaurs. I think I have a cheetah in one of these, a little animal cheetah. Frogs. Anyway, you get the idea. And of course, I have to have a cat on mine. So I've got a cat. You get the idea. Minnie, Mickey, some comic strip kind of words. I don't know what they call those. So I'm going to start cutting up some fabric and kind of fussy cutting a couple of pieces out and see if I can find enough different items that I want to put on the belt. And then we'll start decorating and see how it goes. It's kind of a freestyle kind of craft. All right, we got some selections here, some fussy cut pieces. These obviously aren't going to be the size that they're going to be on the belt, but we're going to try and cover it as best we can. I went ahead and marked, I want to shorten it by this much. I still want quite a bit of tail on my belt because I like to tuck it under my other belt loop, but this is a little too much. So I'm going to cut this off right here, and then I'm just going to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hem it first probably and then cut it off. I might serge it on the edge so it doesn't fray. Yeah, I think I am. I'm going to go cut it off with the serger. Then I'll turn it under and sew it with the machine. So I'll be right back. Let me just serge that off and fold it under. Okay. I did not change out my serger thread, but it doesn't matter to me because this is the bottom side of the belt. When you're doing this, make sure that that is the bottom side of your belt. In other words, this is the bottom side of the belt on the buckle. It's going to be the opposite on the end because when you put it through and you lace it through, that's going to be on top. You want the covered side, the top like this. You don't want to see the serge or the seam. So just be aware of that. That's an easy thing to mix up. So let's start. I'm sorry, my eye itches. Lovely allergies down here. Let's start designing our belt. Now, I don't know if I actually found the center last time of my belt, but the piece lands perfectly in the center of my back every time I wear it. I don't know how I did that. I think it was sheer accident, but I'm going to try and get close to that this time. So I know that I'm going to have about that much hang off my belt. So this would be about the center. We'll just put a little mark there since I refilled my chalk. And let's decide on what we want to put in the middle, where we want to start. I'm a big kitty fan, but I can start somewhere else. I can even start with a centered flower. And then work my way down. And I could have Minnie over here. And she's going to have an angle to her so she doesn't fall off too bad. Because you guys see she's going to look like that. And then we could put some Mickey over here. And Mickey might be like this. And he would be, I'll fold him up because I haven't fussy cutted him yet. Something like that. And then we can put some flowers. Got some pretty blue flowers. And maybe a dinosaur. Wouldn't be a belt without a dinosaur, right? Not if you have grandchildren, at least. And bam, or boom, or wham, or bang. One of these over here. And this is just random. It does not have a rhyme or reason. And I've got two birds on this, but I can put a bird. Let's put some dragonflies over here. Like that. All right, and maybe some Auburn. Gotta show my pride. Like that. And maybe, I don't know, well, I might put our frog over here. Our frog's going to go here, like that. And remember, when you get to the end, you're going to have to reverse the idea. In other words, for however much you pull through your belt loop, the buckle part, you're going to have to put stuff on this side. So like you'd have to put something on this side, maybe a tiger, Yeah, actually, I think it's a cheetah. The cheetah kind of looks cute there. I don't care if it looks kind of childish. That's just part of what I've got in fabric, and it's the reason I have fabric in this style and color and motif is because I do have kids, and I have sewn for my children all my life, and that's been a big part of their growing up and mine, and so there's no reason to stop now. And put some. So I've got to keep placing these until I get it positioned where I want it to be for all of these little pieces. And then some of them I might even lay on top of each other. So like this flower, if it's too plain, then I might lay a fish on it. Or I don't think I need to put, or I might put a little teeny tiny spider on it. Who knows? I'm just going to keep playing around with this, and I'll get back with y'all when I've made the decision on how it's going to be laid out, and I'll have it all pinned, and then we're just going to go over the machine and start sewing it down. I don't have anything fancy. I don't cover the raw edges. I like the way this one has frayed over time. This is cotton. There's my chickens. There's another dinosaur. But I like the way this one has just kind of done its own thing. So I'll be back when I've got an idea of where we're going to lay everything down. All right, it's kind of hard to see because the belt's long, but I've got all the pieces fussy cut, and I cut most of them in circles or close to a circle because I'm going to sew around whatever the picture or focus of the pattern is. So I've just kind of pieced them on and pinned them, and I think that's what I want it to look like. Now these are obviously much bigger than my last belt because this belt's so much wider. And then you have to remember that this is the side you're going to see when you buckle it. So you want to make sure that you get that piece. So it's going to be like this. And you're going to see it like that. So, well, this is the way it goes. I always buckle mine from this side. So you're going to see this once you buckle through on the other side. So you got to cover this piece too a little bit. Not too much. And it kind of overlaps this fish. But that should be more than enough to cover that end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it over the sewing machine and I'm going to sew around each of these. I'm going to sew pretty close to whatever the pattern is. I might have to sew within, obviously I'm going to have to sew within this ridge on some of these. And if they fall over to the side, that's fine. Because what's going to happen is all of this is cotton. So it's going to fray. But it's only going to fray to a certain point. And that gives me that kind of funky look that I'm looking for. So let's go to the machine and start sewing on our patches. Over here at the machine. And I'm going to start sewing. And I'm going to start with this little one right here, the frog. He's pretty durable. And I put him really close to the buckle. So, I just thought he was cute. But I'm going to try and keep somewhat of a color pattern here. In other words, I'm going to do this one in black. I might do this one in the cream. This one, I might have some blue. It's going to be a lot of changing out of fabric, of thread. But I want to try to make the thread a little invisible on here. And I'll probably keep the bobbin black the whole time because it'll be on the back of the belt. So all I'm doing is sitting the belt down here, and I'm putting my foot on the edge of this circle, and I'm just going to go around just like an applique. But I'm not doing it with a zigzag. I'm just doing it with a straight stitch because I do want this to fuzz up and fray. So this will take a long time, so I'm probably going to fast forward and not torture you through most of this. Okay? Okay, it's going pretty good. I have got everything from my frog, my kitty cat, all of my fun stuff, all the way down to Pop done. I'm on the last two here, and I took these off the back where I had them pinned because I don't want these to get sewn together. And I'm going to sew these last two, and then I'm going to put the 3 that I had on this side, so when you buckle the belt, this will be the part showing. I just wanted to show you how it's going really well. I'm just circling the individual pieces of fabric, and I'm leaving, you know, maybe 1/8 of an inch, sometimes 1/4 of an inch. Well, it's closer to the 1/8. And this will fuzz, and see, it'll fray. And once it frays, that's fine, because that's what I want it to do. It'll meet that seam where I've stitched around, and it won't go any further. So, just wanted to show y'all where I'm at, and I'll be right back when I finish the other side of this tail, and we'll go try it on. Okay, everybody. I think it turned out kind of cute. This is the extra piece that I had to cover, and of course it's not covered on the back. But you can see all the little pieces that go around. I think it turned out super cute. This you could do with anything, any kind of fabric. You could do a color scheme. You could do a theme. You could do lace. You could cover it completely with another piece of fabric and then do stuff on top of that. There's no end to it. It's all in your imagination. If you like this kind of content, like, subscribe, comment, let me know. Take pictures of what you're doing. Send me those. I would love to see what other people are doing. So I will see y'all on the flip side of our next project.